A big question that I teach my clients to ask themselves is, what am I reinforcing? My name is Nikki Morrow with To the Moon and Back Behavioral Consulting, and today I'm going to talk about paying more attention as a parent to what we are reinforcing with our kids. What types of behaviors are we giving our attention to? And attention is a huge reinforcer. So the big thing to do is to always ask yourself, have that question be in the back of your mind. What am I reinforcing? And with little kids, especially with our own little kids, when they're so cute and they're so playful and they look a lot like us and they have those big doe eyes, it's really hard to keep a straight face and to be serious about things that we should be kind of being serious about. We should be laying down solid boundaries and solid rules for, because they just look up at us and we melt, right? So what we need to do is be a little bit more aware of that and look at things in the long term. Is this behavior going to be cute in a few months or a few years? Or is it going to be kind of maybe annoying or even destructive to the well-being of our child? So a big issue that I see happening is play fighting, right? Play hitting, play, where you rustling is here or there. I know some people have strong opinions about that, but actually hitting or scratching or biting in play, I feel is something that should be set. There should be a boundary set against that. Those things should always be off limits, because what happens is it teaches our kids that it's acceptable, it's fun, it's you laugh at it, you joke around about it, but what are they going to do? They're going to go out to school or the playground and think that that's perfectly acceptable. And then when a teacher comes and reprimands them, or you try to reprimand them, they're going to be like, what? But I do this all the time and it's fun and it's exciting. So why am I getting in trouble for it now? We need to set clear boundaries and precedences for these types of behavior that out in the real world are not going to be okay. And if there's something that maybe is okay in your household, then you need to really give the lesson to your child that, okay, we allow this at home, but this is not okay out in public. This is not okay out at school, because wherever we are, we need to follow the rules of where we're at. So an example would be at my child's school, they're very strict about any type of potty words, right? But kids are kids, and those words are silly to them. Those words are funny to them, and they tend to, joke around about it and say a potty word for every other word. And at home, we have a different level of what's okay to say than the school does. And so what I tell my daughter is, we can goof around here and we can say these certain silly terms and phrases here, but when you get to school, if it's not okay, you need to follow those rules because you're at school. And when we're in a restaurant, we're not going to be saying those words either, because there's a proper time and a proper place. But I feel like, for certain things as parents that maybe we don't think it's such a huge deal, it's also important to give our kids some sort of an outlet for it, because of course the more that we tell them no, 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 you can't say that, you can't do that, the more that it's cool. It's like, ooh, why can't I say that? Or what reaction am I going to get when I do say that? So it's a matter of, having your boundaries and knowing what's okay, what's not okay, but also maybe giving a little bit more freedom and playfulness at home, so that it's not this huge thing that they're not allowed to do ever. And then it becomes this thing that's always kind of cool to them, right? It kind of sparks their interest and their curiosity more because it's so off limits. So, find your own boundary, find your own place for it, but to bring it back to the topic, always think about what you're reinforcing. So if you're giggling, if you're laughing, if you're bantering back and forth with your child, that is reinforcing whatever that behavior is. So if that's not something that you want to advocate them doing and generalizing, then you either need to come up with very, very upfront, clear, and direct rules about it, or you set a blanket, that's not okay, we don't do this. So again, with hitting and biting and scratching, that's kind of more of a place where I put my foot down in general, because I want my daughter to know that that's not okay. She's a roughhouser. She likes to play. I do too. I like to roughhouse with her. And, it's a way that we get our energy out. It's a way that we bond. But I do set those clear rules of no scratching, no hitting, no biting, no purposefully trying to injure somebody, because that's not okay. So I hope that this was informative and this helped. Again, always ask yourself, what am I reinforcing right now? What behavior am I reinforcing? And do I want to continue reinforcing it? All right, so take care, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.